Okay, hello viewers, I'm GB Bilo and welcome to my studio again. This is a quick one. I just want to demonstrate a video on how you can sew trouser that fits for somebody who is big or somebody's on the fat side. You know, there are times when you sew trousers for them and then it looks like the tie is entering into the laps. No, it shouldn't be like that. You can actually sew a trouser that fits for even big people. Now, I'm sure you have watched the previous video on how to make an elastic band trousers. This is actually for beginners. Now, okay, so let me just quickly demonstrate some little differences that you might need to apply when you are sewing for a big person if you want their trousers to be fit. Okay, look at this. You know, this is the waistline. You first of all draw the waistline. You measure 2 inches from the upper part. You know, we are drafting the front pattern first. 2 inches from the edge down. That is the waistline. So that's the first one. But you know, we are not measuring the waist because we are not going to be using band. We are only using elastic band. Then you measure the crotch depth down from the waistline. Okay, let's say the crotch depth is like 14 here to here. Then you rule it across again. Remember, it's an elastic band trouser, something that is easy for a beginner. You can use it for short. Then your knee line, you can measure it from your waist. If you measure the knee length of the person from the waistline to here, that's your knee line. You will rule it again. You rule that one across again. There are just little differences. Then the full length of the trousers from the waistline down to the ankle line, assuming the full length is 42 here, so you measure down, so you rule your ankle line too again. You can see that it's still the same thing as the one we did before. So this is the waistline. Here is the crotch line. Then this is the knee line. Then this is the ankle line. Okay, those are the first things you need to get on this pattern. I hope you can see everything. Then, now the place where you really need to pay a little more attention to, I hope you can see it, is from when you measure your thigh circumference. You understand? You know, assuming the thigh circumference is 40. And then the crotch depth is like probably 14, 15 or 16. So you know, you measure from the waistline to the whatever your crotch depth is. Assuming your crotch depth is like 14, so you measure it down from the waistline. That's how you get your crotch line. So on that crotch line, you are going to measure the thigh circumference divided by 2. Assuming the thigh circumference is like 36 divided into 2, that will be 18. So you measure 18 inches from the edge, from here to this place. That makes 18. All right. Okay, so then, like I always say, you measure 2 inches backward. This is the 18. Measure 2 inches backward. 2 inches backward. That will be like here. Then you rule it. Then you make your curve. So you make a curve there. Now, the place where you really need to pay attention, all these ones, they are regular, you've done that before. Now, the place where you need to pay a little more attention is the leg. You understand? Because we want the leg to be fit, we want the crotch to be fit, the hip side to be fit, but we'll still come back to that. Now, the next thing you are going to do now, okay, you know, look at this place. Look at this place. Like I used to say before. Okay, let me move the camera a little closer, so you can see this edge, we don't leave anything there. So you have measured your crotch line, thigh circumference divided by 2. You measure it backward, then you rule it up. Then on the ankle line, before it is, if it is normal person trousers, average body size trousers, I say measure ½ inch from this edge. It will end like here. But for fat people, so the slants, the 2 edges of the slant, so it can be centralized. Don't use ½ inch. Use like 1 or 1.5. Let's say this is 1. Do you understand? Then you measure your knee circumference divided by 2. Let's say like 12, 11 or 12. Make sure you measure the person. You come to the ankle line too. You know, in the average body size, I said that you leave just 1 inch here before you measure the ankle line. Here, leave like 1.5 inch or 2 inches. So here I'm going to leave 1.5 inch. It's close to 2 inches. Then I'll measure my ankle circumference divided by 2, which is 10, which is 9 rather, sorry, 9. 9 is 18. Okay, you can see the lines now. So now look at the way the line goes. You see that the slant closed in more. You can see like that. So you can see that the slant on both sides is centralized and it is even. Not that this side will go inside more, then this one will be close to the edge. No, you can see both are centralized. Then if you want to, when you cut the front pattern, this is the front pattern. When you cut the first pattern, you paste it on another pattern. You know what to do to get your back pattern. That one is also simple. Measure 2.5 at the front of the crotch line. Measure 2 inches on the knee line. Then measure 1.5 inch on the ankle line. Then you just connect the lines for the back pattern. Then very good. So that one will be for the back pattern. The front, this one will be for the front pattern, then this one will be for the back pattern. Now when you are also sewing trousers for somebody who is on the big side, assuming the thigh is big and you don't want the hip side to be big, what you just do, just measure on your hip line or in between like this. Find the midpoint of this line and this line, here to here. When you find the mid pattern, then the next thing you will do is just to divide the hip of the person. Assuming the hip of the person is like 56 divided by 4, that will be 14. So measure 14 from here. Let's say it ends here. Then you just connect the line, this crotch curve, connect it up like that. I hope you can see it. Yes, you can see it. So you just connect the line up like that. Can you see it? Yes, you can see it. So you connect it like that. So this place to this place is going to be your hip divided by 4. So when you do cut your back pattern too, you understand the same 2.5 that you have here is going to be 2.5 to this place, to this place. Then you shape the hip side, you shape it backward too. So when you are cutting, you are going to cut this one for the back side. Then you cut this one for the front pattern. So like that, you will have a more fitted trouser for whoever you are sewing for. I think that's that about sewing for a big person. If you need a workbook on how to sew tunics and trousers for beginners, you can chat with the telephone line that is in the description and I will be able to hook you up with one. All right, that is that. See you in the next tutorial.